One of the alternative options of preparation of products inside of Chemius is to prepare a formulation from the already existing products inside of Chemius. For that, I have already prepared list of few raw materials inside of Chemius, and then you can easily create formulation from those entered raw materials by simply clicking on all of those raw materials inside of the database. On the right side, simply clicking on Add to Formulation button, and we can very simply create a new formulation from those chosen raw materials. I'll just enter the name of such a formulation. I'll choose the holder for such a product, and I'll type in the description, which is a formulation. And then the most crucial part in creating such a formulation is that I have to assign what is the quantity of the raw materials that goes inside of the final formulation of such a product. And I have to enter the quantities of those raw materials, and I'll say that, let's say we have 10 grams of ethanol. You can add it in either grams or milliliters. You can also assign prices to those raw materials, which might be handy if you're trying to determine what is the price of the final mixture. And it goes by simply enter the quantities. I have 10 grams of ethanol, 1 gram of azocolorant. Let's say I have 80% of water and 80% of water and 5 grams of xylene. The final sum of the materials doesn't have to be 100. It can be any number that you wish. So you just simply enter the quantities of the raw materials that go into the final composition, and then the Chemios application will automatically calculate the proposed classification of such a mixture based on the entered composition, and it makes these calculations automatic, so you don't have to bother with calculations for such a mixture at all. And we click on Save and Continue. Then we can enter the data related to such a mixture. So let's say that because we have added a color and the color of such a mixture is red, the odor is ethanol-like, and we can also enter the flash point because based on the flash point, the flammability of such a formulation is calculated. And now I have added a flash point of 70 degrees Celsius. And when I now click to proceed, you will see that the product is no longer determined to be flammable, and it now only remains as high irritant as a result of the ethanol that has been added to the formulation. If we are satisfied with this entered data, we could attach files such as composition as well in the following step. And if we are satisfied with the created formulation, the application will then automatically calculate the concentration of all of the substances inside of it, and we can then click on Save to Product List and finalize. This test formulation 1 will then appear on our product list.